Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm Tanvi Taneja with the Midday News. The headlines. India and South Korea signed 4 agreements in various areas. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says the government's focus is to strengthen the strategic partnership with Seoul. Supreme Court says it will examine the correctness of its earlier verdict criminalizing homosexuality. 2 terrorists killed in an encounter in Shopian district of Jammu and Kashmir. 2 army personnel and over a dozen civilians injured. Heavy rain continues to batter Mumbai and its suburbs. Air, road and rail traffic badly affected. 156 people killed in rain-hit western Japan, highest toll in 36 years. In FIFA World Cup, France to clash with Belgium in the first semi-final at St. Petersburg today, and Divid Sharan and Artem Sitak to play their men's doubles quarter-final in Wimbledon Tennis Championships this evening. India and South Korea today have signed 4 agreements in various areas, including trade and cultural exchange. The pacts were inked after delegation-level talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and South Korean President Moon Jae-in at Hyderabad House in New Delhi. In a joint press statement with the South Korean President, Mr. Modi said, "Growth in Korea is an inspiration for India."
कोरिया गणराज्य की आर्थिक और सामाजिक प्रगति विश्व में अपने आप में एक अनूठा उदाहरण है। कोरिया की यह प्रगति भारत के लिए भी प्रेरणादायक है और ये बहुत प्रसन्नता का विषय है कि कोरिया की कंपनियों ने भारत में न सिर्फ बड़े स्तर पर निवेश किया है, बल्कि हमारे मेक इन इंडिया मिशन से जुड़कर भारत में रोजगार के अवसर भी पैदा किए हैं।
Saying that the entire world today is watching events taking place in the Korean Peninsula, Mr. Modi said India will offer all possible cooperation in order to reduce tensions. The Prime Minister said talks between him and Mr. Moon focused on strengthening the strategic partnership between the two sides.
नीतिगत स्तर पर भारत की एक्ट ईस्ट पॉलिसी और कोरिया गणराज्य की न्यू सदर्न स्ट्रेटेजी में स्वाभाविक एक रास्ता है और मैं राष्ट्रपति मून के इस विचार का हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं कि भारत और कोरिया गणराज्य के संबंध उनकी न्यू सदर्न स्ट्रेटेजी का एक आधार स्तंभ है। हमारा फोकस अपनी स्पेशल स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप को मजबूत करने पर है। इस रिलेशनशिप का एक स्तंभ हमारे आर्थिक और व्यापारिक संबंध है।
The South Korean president said the two countries have agreed to expand economic cooperation. He said the two sides have also decided to expand the trade volume by $50 billion. Mr. Moon said he and Mr. Modi agreed to promote cooperation for people's prosperity and peace and respond to Fourth Industrial Revolution. He hoped that the two countries will start a new era of bilateral strategic cooperation. Earlier in the morning, Mr. Moon was accorded a ceremonial reception at the forecourts of Rashtrapati Bhavan. President Ramnath Kovind and Mr. Modi welcomed the visiting dignitary. Mr. Moon will meet President Kovind in the evening. This is Mr. Moon's first ever visit to India after he took over as the President of South Korea last year. The South Korean President arrived in the national capital on Sunday on a 4-day visit to India. The Supreme Court is currently hearing a batch of petitions challenging recriminalization of homosexuality. A 5-judge constitution bench headed by Chief Justice Deepak Mishra today said it will examine the correctness of its 2013 verdict that had set aside the Delhi High Court judgment decriminalizing homosexuality. During the hearing, the bench said it would examine the constitutional validity of Section 377 of the Indian Penal Code and the fundamental rights of LGBTQ community. When the hearing was about to commence, an advocate appearing for NGO Naz Foundation, which was the first petitioner to approach the Delhi High Court in 2001 on the issue, sought permission to intervene. The bench said the curative petitions filed by it has a limited scope and would have to be heard by some other bench. It was on the petition filed by Naz Foundation that the Delhi High Court had decriminalized Section 377 of the IPC. The verdict was challenged in the apex court by some individuals and religious organizations. Even the centre had at that time favored retention of the provision in the IPC as penal offence. Today's hearing began with senior advocate Mukul Rohtage, appearing for one of the petitioners, telling the court that the right to have sexual freedom should be examined in view of the 9-judge bench's verdict on privacy, which was delivered on August last year. The bench, which agreed with the submission of Rohtage, also said it would examine the fundamental right to life and sexual freedom. A Delhi court today extended former Union Minister P. Chidambaram and his son Karti's protection from arrest in the Aircel Maxis money laundering case till the 7th of next month. The Congress leader had on 30th May moved the court seeking protection from arrest in the case, saying all evidence in the matter appears to be documentary in nature, which is already in the possession of the incumbent government and nothing was to be recovered from him. The court had granted interim protection from arrest till today to Karti in 2 cases filed by the CBI and ED in the matter arising out of 2G spectrum cases. Soon after Mr. Chidambaram was granted protection, the CBI had pressed for his custodial interrogation in the INX Media case, alleging that it was necessary because he has remained evasive and non-cooperative during the questioning. The government has convened an all-party meeting on 17th of this month ahead of the monsoon session of Parliament. During the meeting, the centre will seek opposition support for the smooth conduct of the proceedings in both the houses. Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan has also called an all-party meeting on the same day to seek cooperation from the floor leaders of different political parties to ensure smooth transaction of business in the House. The monsoon session of Parliament will begin on the 18th and will continue till the 10th of next month. Meanwhile, Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan today sought cooperation from all the members, saying it is the collective responsibility to protect and keep intact the prestige and sanctity of Parliament. In a letter to all MPs, she reminded them of their moral responsibility and said the time has come for them to introspect and decide what is the way forward and an ideal image for Parliament and democracy. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alert. In Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists were killed in an encounter with security forces at Kundalan village in Shopian district today. 2 army personnel and over a dozen civilians have also been injured in the gunfight. Police said the security forces launched a cordon and search operation in the village following information about the presence of terrorists there. Heavy rain continues to batter Mumbai and its neighbouring areas like Thane, Kalyan, Dombivli and Palghar. The city and its suburbs have been receiving heavy rain since the last 3 days. The rain has caused traffic snarls as many roads are flooded. Rail and air traffic have also been affected. More from our correspondent.
Addressing the Maharashtra Legislative Assembly, Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis said the state government is monitoring the situation minutely. Disaster Management Cell and all concerned departments are working hard to provide every possible assistance to Mumbaikars. 150 additional pumps have been deployed to clear the waterlogging. Due to very heavy water accumulation on railway tracks and adjoining areas at Nala Sopara, train movement between Vasai Road and Virar has been suspended. Trains between Churchgate and Vasai Road are running late by 10 to 15 minutes. Many long-distance trains have also been affected. Food packets and water bottles have been arranged for passengers in stranded trains. Western Railway has informed that officials are trying to clear the tracks with the help of pumping machines. Nisha Rani, AIR News, Mumbai.
In Japan, 156 people have been killed and dozens others missing in floods and landslides triggered by torrential rain in western part of the country. Officials said it is the highest death toll caused by rainfall that Japan has witnessed in 36 years. About 2 million people have been evacuated from the region after rivers burst their banks. The Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, which started in 2015, has given a new lease of life to millions of people across the country. The scheme assures credit facility through various financial institutions, including banks, to the needy to start their own businesses. A number of policy initiatives have been taken to augment credit flow to the micro-enterprises sector. Here is a ground report from our Dharwad correspondent.
With the goal of funding the youngsters to start their own ventures and create employment for others, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana was launched Raghu Koppar, who has set up Computer Center at Gadag, opines that Mudra is the best loan lending platforms for youth.
I got 10 lakhs to set up a computer center in Gadag, and I am happy that my institute is doing very good now, and I am also repaying the money timely. I am also informing others who didn't know about the Mudra Yojana. It is one of the best loan lending platforms for youth who want to achieve something in their life.
Narayan Dixit is one of the beneficiaries of Belagavi city of Karnataka under Mudra scheme has availed loan for his shop.
मैंने 2007 जनवरी में प्रधानमंत्री मुद्रा योजना के अंतर्गत किशोर लोन लिया था मेरे दुकान के लिए। बहुत ही सरल योजना है और लोन भी जल्दी बिना कोई झंझट के सैंक्शन हो गया।
Ningappa Devatar is one of the beneficiaries of Koppal city of Karnataka under Mudra scheme has become self-reliant by owning mobile phone shop.
I am taking 75,000 for a month. I am taking 2,492 rupees. I am very grateful to Mudra Yojana.
Arati Devashikhamani reporting from AIR Dharwad.
The centre's decision to increase the minimum support price MSP for kharif crops will benefit lakhs of farmers of Rajasthan. State Agriculture Minister Prabhu Lal Saini said it is a big decision towards doubling farmers' income.
देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो एमएसपी का 1.5 गुना किया है, ऐतिहासिक कदम और राजस्थान के लिए तो वरदान साबित हुआ है, क्योंकि लगभग 42 लाख हेक्टेयर के अंतर्गत बाजरे की खेती राजस्थान में की जाती है और लगभग 30 से 32 लाख मीट्रिक टन बाजरे का उत्पादन होता है। यदि हम सारे 14 प्रकार के खर्चों को जोड़ते हैं तो लगभग 950 रुपए प्रति क्विंटल का खर्चा आता है और अभी जो समर्थन मूल्य हुआ वो बढ़ाकर 1950 रुपए किया गया है। पिछला एमएसपी गेहूं का था, उससे भी ज्यादा बाजरे का समर्थन मूल्य तय हुआ है। तो बाजरा बोने वाले किसानों में एक नया रुझान बढ़ेगा। हाई यील्ड वैरायटी का बाजरा बोकर किसान अपना उत्पादन बढ़ाएंगे ताकि 2022 तक किसान की आमदनी दुगनी हो।
In sports, the semi-final stage of the FIFA World Cup begins today. In the first semi-final, France will lock horns with Belgium at St. Petersburg at 11:30 p.m. Here's our correspondent with the preview of today's match.
France will play their 6th World Cup semi-final today, whereas Belgium reached last 4 stage for the second time. France owns 2 World Cup semi-finals and clinched the title once in 1998. Belgium's only previous World Cup semi-final ended in a defeat to Argentina in 1986. France have won all 3 previous meetings with Belgium at major tournaments, including 2 World Cup encounters. This will be the 74th encounter between the two sides, with Belgium winning 30 and France 24, while 19 games ended in draw. Both teams have put in some stellar performances to reach this stage of the competition. France defeated Uruguay in quarterfinals and Lionel Messi's Argentina in the round of 16, while Belgium eliminated World Cup favorite Brazil in the quarterfinals. French coach Didier Deschamps will depend on teenage sensation Kylian Mbappe, Antoine Griezmann and Paul Pogba, while Belgium coach Roberto Martinez has to trust on his lethal forward line, consist of Eden Hazard, Romelu Lukaku and Kevin De Bruyne. The clash between two European neighbors promises to be a nail-biter as tournament favourite France facing the motivated Red Devils, who scored highest number of goals so far in the mega event. Somnath Das, Sports Desk.
India's Divid Sharan and his TV teammate Artem Sitak will play for a men's doubles semi-final berth at the Wimbledon Tennis Championships in London this evening. The unseeded pair will take on the 7-seeded American duo of Mike Bryan and Jack Sock. This will be Divid's first ever Grand Slam quarter-final appearance. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. India and South Korea signed 4 agreements in various areas. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says the government's focus is to strengthen the strategic partnership with Seoul. Supreme Court says it will examine correctness of its earlier verdict criminalizing homosexuality. 2 terrorists killed in an encounter in Shopian district of Jammu and Kashmir, 2 army personnel and over a dozen civilians injured. Heavy rain continues to batter Mumbai and its suburbs. Air, road and rail traffic badly affected. 156 people killed in rain-hit western Japan, highest toll in 36 years. In FIFA World Cup, France to clash with Belgium in the first semi-final at St. Petersburg today. And Divid Sharan and Artem Sitak to play their men's doubles quarter-final in Wimbledon Tennis Championships this evening. And with that, we end the midday news.